Hi, I'm Chef Frank, this is Proto Cooks, and today we're learning how to blanch. What is blanching, you ask? Blanching is cooking food or certain items of food in order to do a few things, right? We're gonna cook this food in boiling water and then stop the cooking right away in some ice water. We do this in the restaurant industry for a few reasons. Or you can do it in your kitchen for a few reasons. With tomatoes and peaches, if you put these in hot water, leave them in for 30 seconds and put them in ice, they're easy to peel. With sugar snaps, and these are just my examples I have today. Sugar snaps, we put them in the water, we're setting the color. We can take them, put them in the water for 30 seconds, drop them in ice water, they get bright green, so we set the color. And the other reason that we blanch is part cooking stuff for reheating later. And this is what we do in the restaurant a lot. So, and I chose haricot vert or green beans because we do this a lot. You cook these about halfway, and then when you go to make a plate for your customers, they're easy to heat up and quick to reheat. So those are the three reasons. Take the skin off, set the color, and basically part cook things. That's why we blanch. And this is one of those foundational techniques that I talk about that we teach our students. Okay, and the concept is this: have water at a full rolling boil, have your ice ready, and have the tools you need around you in order to put your product in there and take it out. I have one of these spiders. I talk about them all the time. I talk about it in my Zeppeli video. They're great for fishing things out of liquid or oil. And this one, I said, I think it was $3 to $4. It was super cheap. I'll put a link to something that's similar to this on in my description, so you can kind of see where you can get these. Okay, I have a knife, I have my ice water, I have a strainer, and I have some paper towels because I don't want, after I blanch these things, for them to sit in their liquid. Okay, and the strainer is for this. There's two ways you can do this, right? You can put the whole tomato in, scoop it out, and put it in the ice. Easy enough to take the tomato out. But when you have lots of small items like string beans, or like maybe you have peas that you want to blanch, you don't want to throw the peas directly in the ice because then you have to fish individual peas out, right? So for this, we're going to do the swimming method. It just swims in the water. And then for the peas or for the green beans and for the sugar snaps, we'll do the basket method. And what we'll do is we'll drop this into the liquid so it has nice and cold and it's easy to strain and fish out, okay? So that's what blanching is all about, and it's a 101 technique. So we're gonna blanch, and I'm gonna move everything aside. I'll move away my greens. I'll put these here. I'll put my tomatoes up front here. I wanna get my ice water really close, right? Now, in my water, it should be a full rolling boil. I don't salt my water. Some chefs salt their water. I do not. I just don't salt it. I think that it's not necessary because we're gonna go from a salted water to a water that's not salted, and it's gonna wash away a lot of the seasoning, so I tend not to do that. But there's a caveat to that. The caveat to that is if I was blanching potatoes for, let's say, hash browns, then I would salt my water so that the potatoes soak up a lot of that liquid. Because a lot of times when I blanch potatoes for hash browns, I'm not going to ice them down. I'm going to cook them about 3/4 of the way, and then I'm going to let them chill on a platter or you know, like a sheet tray. So all depending on the product that you use, you can salt the water or not. I tend not to salt the water when it comes to items like this. So the first thing I'm gonna do with my tomatoes is this. I'm gonna take my tomato, get a paring knife, and pull the cores out. The cores come out, and then I make a little X in the bottom, right? It's gonna make it easier to peel. Core comes out, make a little X on the bottom. My water is a full rolling boil. I drop these in, and I do about 30 seconds. The riper the tomato, the quicker this goes, right? And this is for ease of peeling, okay? We're not really cooking the tomato, we just really want to get the peel off easily. So you can look at it, you can pull on it, you see the skin comes off. So we're only in about 30 seconds. This goes right into the ice water, and we're gonna leave those in there for them to chill. And we want them to chill really well. We don't want to take them out of the water and cook, because the idea with this is really not to cook them. The idea is just to get the skin to loosen. You can do this with peaches. I think you can do this with plums and nectarines. Anything that has like a hard skin to peel off is good for this. You really can't do it with like squashes and stuff like that. The skin doesn't come off that easy, but this is just great for tomatoes and stone fruits for the most part. We take the tomato out and see how easy the skin comes off. Just peels right off. My tomato is ice cold. I've let it get really cold. Don't take this out until the tomato is ice cold because it will continue to cook, but the skin comes off. Look how beautiful that is. And I don't like the skin on tomatoes for sauces. This is also used for garnishes on plates. So that's our first idea or our first thought on why we want to blanch. Skin comes off really easy. Say you have to do dozens of tomatoes. This is a quick and easy way to do that. So let's set these aside. I'm going to throw my green beans in, or my haricot vert. They get dropped in. I have a couple of paper towels over here that I'm going to put on my tray. I am also going to drop in my basket. So these come out a lot easier. I want this to come out easy. And I'm going to put these in for longer than 30 seconds. I want these to actually par cook at this point, which means they're not going to be raw. They're going to be cooked about halfway or partially cooked. I'm going to pull them out, drop them into the ice water in my basket so they're easy to fish out. I don't know how many times that I've done this and put them in the ice, and I had to basically pick through the ice cubes. So doing the basket method as opposed to the swimming method for this is really a good idea, okay? And if you take this, still has a little crunch to it, still warm in the middle. You want to cool these all the way, but you can see the color is set beautifully. They're par cooked so that now, say I'm having a party and I have, 10 pounds of green beans. I can blanch them and get them ready to go, and all I really have to do is saute them with some shallots and butter, and they'll be delicious. Okay? So now that these are cold, you want these to be nice and cold. Cold all the way through. I do not leave them in the water for too long. I don't want them to get waterlogged. I put them on my tray with my paper towel. So now the sugar snaps are going in. And these, I just want to set the color on, okay? I'm going to put these on like a crudité platter or a vegetable dip platter. And I like eating these raw, but I think they have a much more bright and vibrant color when you blanch them. So they go right into the water. And literally they're going in here for maybe 30 seconds just to set the color, to not really cook. And there, see how they got nice and bright green? And that's what I'm looking for. They're really not going to be cooked. They'll still retain some of their crunch, okay? But they'll have a beautiful bright green color. Okay, so now these are getting cold. I take them out of the water. I'm gonna put them on a towel so they soak up some of the liquid, get rid of this. So this has been blanching. Why do we blanch? To remove skin, to set color, and to par cook, or to get things cooked a little ahead so they're easily reheated. I hope you like this video. We have a lot more coming, a lot more 101s, a lot more basic techniques. I'm Chef Frank, this is Proto Cooks. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. Check us out on Instagram at Proto Cooks. I love to see your comments and read your comments. I try and answer as many as I can. Until next time, happy blanching.